In a quiet neighborhood in the city, there lived a small family: Nader, his wife Laila, and their 2-month-old baby Youssef. The house was filled with warmth and love, but also sleepless nights and gentle worries, as every home with a newborn is. One cold winter morning, while Laila was sitting by the window, feeding her baby, she heard a faint meow coming from outside. She opened the door carefully and found a tiny gray kitten, shivering and looking for shelter. Laila smiled softly and said, "Oh, poor thing. You're looking for warmth too, aren't you?" She brought out a small bowl of milk and placed it near the door. The kitten began to drink eagerly, and from that moment on, she never left the doorstep again. The night of crying. That night, baby Youssef wouldn't stop crying. Laila tried everything: feeding, rocking, singing softly, but nothing worked. The clock ticked past 3 in the morning, and exhaustion filled the room. Then silently, the little gray kitten slipped through the kitchen window and followed the sound for the baby's cries. She crept into the nursery light as a shadow and looked up at the cradle. Her eyes gleamed in the candlelight as she let out a gentle melodic meow, a sound so calm it seemed to float in the air. Youssef stopped crying. His wide eyes blinked curiously at the kitten. She meowed again softly this time, and the baby smiled, then slowly drifted into peaceful sleep. Laila stood at the doorway, amazed. From that night on, the kitten became the guardian of sleep, the silent friend who could calm the baby when no one else could. An unusual friendship. Days turned into weeks and weeks, into months. Youssef began to crawl, and the kitten, now named Lulu, was always by his side. She watched him with patient eyes, nudged his toys toward him with her paw, and licked his tiny fingers when he cried. One bright morning, Laila left Youssef sleeping in his crib. While she prepared breakfast, she didn't notice that the balcony door was slightly open. A few minutes later, a sharp from Lulu filled the house, not her usual meow, but a loud, desperate warning. Laila ran to the room in panic. Her heart froze. Youssef had woken up and crawled toward the balcony, dangerously close to the edge, and there was Lulu biting the edge of his clothes, pulling with all her little strength to stop him from moving forward. Laila screamed and rushed to grab her son, hugging him tightly, tears falling down her face. When she looked at Lulu, the cat sat beside her, calm and watchful, gently licking the baby's hand, as if to soothe them both. At that moment, Laila understood Lulu hadn't come by chance. She had come to protect Youssef, as though destiny itself had sent her. Years later, time passed. Youssef grew older, and Lulu grew slower. Every afternoon, she would wait by the doortail, swaying gently until Youssef came home from school. One day, Youssef came back upset. After an argument with a friend, he went to his room in silence. Lulu followed him, climbed onto his lap, and began to purr softly. He looked down at her and smiled through his sadness. "Even if everyone leaves me, you'll always be here, right, Lulu?" The years went by. Lulu grew old and weak, but she stayed close to Youssef until her final day. When she passed away, Youssef buried her in the garden and planted a small violet flower above her resting place. Every spring, he would sit by that flower, gaze at the sky, and whisper, "You taught me, Lulu, that loyalty doesn't need words, just a quiet, loving heart." Please leave a like on this video and share your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe to The Gentle Bond for more incredible true stories of love, loyalty, and the magic that happens when a pet becomes family.